Okay, now we're moving. All right, Coral. I don't know a ton about you, so tell me about yourself. How did you get into Thai speedruns?
Way back, before the new console games came out, back around like late 2016, early 2017, KF Napa put out a tutorial,
Mhm.
and I found that tutorial one night after seeing Kythal's SGDQ 2016 run, and I followed that tutorial, and I did my first run a few days later, and ended with a time of 1:34:57, I believe,
Okay.
on GameCube. So that was like actually a pretty average time at the time. So I was already decent at the game as soon as I got it, I suppose.
Okay. I guess you had already played it back in the day.
Yeah, I had played it a lot as a kid. Like I didn't even beat it casually to the first time until I was like only a few days before I'd done my first runs. Because like I was told that you should play it, you should like play through a game normally before even trying to learn the speed run. So like I didn't just jump right into it.
It's a generally good piece of advice, yeah.
Yeah, like I knew how the game's mechanics worked and where basically everything was at that point. I just needed to know like how to do some of the tricks they did and like the route between the collectibles and everything.
Mhm. Okay.
Yep.
Um, but if I looked on your profile, I believe that you did some runs in like 2017-ish, and then you kind of didn't come back until like 2020, or maybe you just didn't submit any PBs, or
Yeah, back in like 2017 when I did my first run, that was on GameCube and I didn't have a PC at the time. Um
uh,
there were a few like family issues that eventually resulted in my mother and I moving out of her parents' house. And so after that was, well, actually no, before that, I think I just like focused on other games for a while. Like I did some PC runs of Thai, getting down to like a low hour time. But this was like on my grandmother's PC, I think. It didn't even have a graphics card in it, so I said
gosh,
I'll wait until I'll wait till I get a better PC to go back to it.
that
And
makes sense, yeah.
yeah, and so like early 2018 came around where I actually got like enough money from Christmas to put towards a new PC. I did that and I did like my first runs with that and it was pretty good.
Awesome. Okay. So, uh, were you keeping an eye on the community in the meantime,
Oh yeah, I
or
was.
okay?
Like I
Uh,
just wasn't really doing any runs because the computer I was doing them off at the time had a like it's um let's say restrictions. If you actually look at like my, I don't know if I still have a video of it anywhere, but any of my runs back from like summer or like fall of 2017, I had a, you could like visibly tell the game was running like slower than it should be.
yeah,
And also the game was actually kind of harmful to the computer for how bad it was. So because I was only, well, like 13 at the time, my parents actually didn't let me do it because it was harming the computer that we the
gotcha.
only one we had. So once I actually got my own, then I was fine.
Yeah, I getcha. I getcha. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, the reason I was asking is, like one of the things that I've sort of understood about this is that the community has kind of been aware that gate skip could potentially be real. You know, like there's this hope that's been held out for a long time that um, that the gate skip would be found eventually. But I'm just curious your thoughts of like dipping your toes in back in 2017. Did you still get that feeling that people were holding out hope that it would happen, or what was the feeling for gate skip at the
Um,
time?
yeah, I was hoping the gate skip would eventually be found just because it'd be time save. And also like the thing back then was speedrunning. Like even though it was 2017, speedrunning was a lot less big than it was now. Like now you'll see people on Twitch, like the top streamers doing speedruns of Minecraft. I think a few people doing Elden Ring and stuff like that, where they're getting literally tens of thousands of viewers speedrunning Minecraft and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And so, like,
ridiculous.
speedrunning now is like actually just another form of gaming that people know about.
Yeah,
Back in 2017, it wasn't as big as it was now. So, like, people would see longer runs, like anything up to an hour long or so, and think that it'd be maybe too long. But like some people at least and just having a shorter run I believe would bring in more of an audience, so I was hoping that the community would grow back then. And like I still do hope that it grows even more from here because it is very nice having competition.
absolutely. One of the things I want to just double back on is you said you want that the game has more of an audience. I'm curious if that's like you want that. How what motivates you to want that?
Like I said, mostly just more representation of the community and other people running it, and like all of us, like not that clout would be the biggest deal for me, but like just the more people that run this, the more people that watch all of us, the more that grows our channels and everything
Mhm.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
But like it's mostly like just for the fun of it and like growing the community first, and then like second is for like money and stuff, I guess.
I get you. Hey, listen, we all got to get paid. I'm a Twitch
Yeah.
streamer too. I'm trying to get them subs. So
Yeah,
listen, I understand.
yeah. I just recently like just basically using my voice. I just let a guy go through the game, and he gifted me 5 subs for it because he's doing like a whole speedrun in every GameCube game thing. And since Ty was on the GameCube, he just had me like go into a voice channel with him, and I like just gave him the instructions on where to go, and he gifted me 5 subs for it because like I was actually there to do it instead of him just going off a world record video. So that was nice.
That is very nice.
Yeah,
You know,
and
hey, listen, that guy's out there trying to play N64 games. You let me know. I'll help you out too.
but no, this guy's actually like a Twitch partner. He's got a few thousand followers on YouTube and Twitch, so like people would probably see this video and that would like get more direction towards the community if people are interested.
Mhm.
So that alone is like probably one of the bigger things that we've done to reach out and stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about your timeline exactly, because you come back in 2020. This is kind of an area where I'm not super familiar with like what the world record time is and who has it. So what is the time when you came back? Like, what was world record, and then were you in competition for the world record around that time, pre-gate skip?
I really wasn't. The world record at the time was set back in like July or August 2019 by Shane being 50:08. And like at the time I was still going through things about moving and stuff like that, so I couldn't like really settle down and like start streaming a lot. Like I was I needed to go to like the public library to even use computers and stuff like that. I think I still
Sure.
uploaded like a video because we didn't even have internet for a while at our new house that we had.
Mhm.
So I like would like record one run on my computer. I think I did like a New Super Mario Bros. Wii run, and I went with that to the public library near our house, and like just uploaded that using their computers to my YouTube channel, just because I
Man.
wanted something to put out. But like after Christmas that year, I actually got another monitor because I was running on like 2 TVs, and like their refresh rate was so bad that it was slowing the game down again, even though I
Oh
had a
gosh.
better PC. So like I would start running after I got this new monitor, and like soon after that is when you saw me coming back, going from like a 57 to a 54 something, and like that was still a few minutes behind world record, so I wasn't truly prepared to go for world record, but that was still me thinking I'd like to submit this to a GDQ event before I found out that you couldn't before you're 18, so that was a bit like, and before COVID, of course.
Yes. That definitely put a damper on a lot of things,
Yeah.
to put it mildly.
Yeah, I mean, at least like GDQ is still a thing online and everything.
That is true. That is true. And I believe you said 2017 you were 13, so you should be 18 now.
I'm 17 now. I turn 18 in August.
Okay. Well, there you go. Maybe you'll get in for next year, but
Yeah, hopefully.
there you go. All right. So when was ground swimming found? If you had like a rough estimate.
I remember like what I do remember is that gate skip was found on May 31st, and I know that it had not been. Oh, was that supposed to leave? All right. All right. All right, I'll just like restart the question once he's back in here.
Now recording.
All right, let's try this again.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right, so I know that gate skip was discovered on May 31st, And like I know that ground swimming had been still a very new thing, so it could have been like it could have been literally like only 2 days before, but I still think it
Mhm.
might have been a week before. But all I know is that nobody had done any runs with it with the new route before gate skip was found.
Mhm.
Because at the time there were really like we didn't even have enough time before gate skip was found to find any new strats with it that would save time.
Yeah, but if I understand correctly, I think you were the one who found the gate skip using ground swim, right?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Like so in Thai, there's a mechanic where if you jump out of water, you can grab ledges. The like biggest place you can see this is in shipwrecks with the pool after you get the aqua rains. But like so I thought, what if we jump out of a ground swim from high enough in the air and we can grab the top of the gate, because we didn't even know if we could like grab the gate or not, because like there are just
Mhm.
some ledges that we just can't grab that the devs must have like rounded out or something, or just added a certain property to the thing that's like, hey, you can't grab this.
Yeah.
But luckily we can actually grab it, so I just like jumped off of a tree that we like swim up, and that's how the first gate skip went, I suppose.
Man, what did that feel like? Finding the missing puzzle piece, like solving the riddle. How did that go? How did that feel?
um like I don't really have a way to explain it. It was like exhilarating, and like it was like at the moment it was insane thinking about I single-handedly just saved like over 15 minutes in this game that I love so much. So
Yeah.
it was like a lot of pride, a lot of happiness and stuff like that. Um Sadly I don't have a video of me actually getting gate skip first try, because I wanted to do it on stream, but I was like just trying to practice it at first.
Mhm.
But there is a video on my YouTube channel, I think, which I can link to you later if like you want to use this or something.
Yeah.
Where I got gate skip using a different strategy, where I like used the Doomerang and like chain some frame perfect jumps. Uh, and like the reaction I had of the video, I would guess is very similar to what I had the first time I did the actual
Okay.
gate skip.
All right. Um, if I understand correctly, I think was there like a big voice call or something that happened right around that time for gate skip, or I mean, like you did it right, and then you did it off stream. So how did you tell people? How did people react whenever that happened?
I like posted in the like Discord server like immediately after. Like I was so excited. I was like, holy fucking shit, I got gate skip. And then I said I'm gonna do a run and show it off, and then I'll post that here and everything. But what I did was I didn't realize like at the time I didn't realize that saying gate skip was found would get like literally every runner in the community on my Twitch channel. So I figured they wouldn't want to like sit back and watch my mediocre gameplay at the time. So I first like did a like I just showed off what gate skip was like before I did the run, and people were watching it, and I think I had like actually 30 plus viewers at the time,
Man.
like just all from runners and stuff because they wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like throughout the run they like a lot of them stayed, at least like 15 of them stayed to watch the first world record with it, so that was pretty fun.
Hell yeah, dude. It's monumental.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So in the time since, how has ground swimming changed the run? I know it's been huge, but I mean, like, tell me about it.
Really ground swimming in the grand scheme of things hasn't changed that much. There's a few time savers with it, like mostly in Walk in the Park where we save a minute with that. But other than that, there's not really anything else over 30 seconds, I believe. That's used in like 90% or 51 Thunder Egg.
Okay. All right. I guess I could change the question a little bit to be like, the gate skip was a big change, but the time has just been steadily going down and down and down.
Yeah.
What else has changed since then?
Basically just there's been more like strategies discovered. Like every now and then we'll just find an extra 1 or 2 second time save that's doing basically nothing. Like instead of like where somebody's like, oh, instead of going to the right side of the scene, let's go on the left, and boom, we save like 3 seconds easily, just like that,
Okay.
Like the biggest one in recent time was the discovery of Doom Clip, which was just like a few months ago, and that alone shaved like almost an entire minute off the very end of the run, which is what let sub 30 happen.
Yeah. I want to talk about sub 30 in a minute.
Yeah.
I guess another thing I want to ask is, why are there these like really simple time saves that no one looked at? You know what I mean? Like, go left instead of right. We save 3 seconds, right? How is it that, or not how is it, I guess, but like, what spurred the looking into more strats?
I'm really not too sure. A lot of this stuff was found in combination between like Brandorn and Lon.
Mhm.
So a lot of it, like most of the time, it's just him like saying something in the server, being like, here's a clip of something faster we can do. And people are like, yeah, sure. It's either of them really, but a lot of the times it's how it is.
Okay.
What I do know is that Lon has like extensively looked at like every map of the game. So he's probably like seen like found just like tiny little reroutes that's like been like possible, but like just nobody really noticed until like somebody took a deeper look at it.
Okay. And then you also mentioned the sub 30, right?
Yeah.
If I understand correctly, I think Brandorn has been saying the sub 30 would happen eventually for a long time. Did you believe him when he said that, or did you agree with him?
Back like when Groundsman was first found, I think he said sub 30 will eventually happen. I was thinking like probably not, but after like more runs got done back into later September of 2020, I was thinking it could be possible eventually if we find some new major stuff, because at the time I was thinking of this, it was the record was like 34-12, or no, it was 33-51.
Mhm.
So I was thinking like if we found more ground swims to like just save time, or even like Doom Clip, because Doom Clip was still being like theorized at the time as well, just very much so not as monumental as Gate Skip. People like, well, I don't know what I'm saying. I really didn't think it was possible until probably earlier, or like the middle of last year, back when the record was like still in the 30s, like in the 30-minute times. But well, I honestly can't remember what the time was at the time. Like I'm thinking of July last year. I know that July last year I was thinking sub 30 could be possible.
Okay.
Or if it was like August or something. But what I do know is before sub 30 happened, it was like definitely, in my opinion, like a far out of the way thing, or like it was like a very distant future thing. But I do remember that very distant future thing came back like literally just like that. In the span of about like a day when like Doom Clip was like theorized. But yeah, I'd say around like July, August, I was thinking sub 30 could happen, because around then the time was like 3107, 3057, stuff like that.
Right.
Like in late July and stuff. So I was thinking that around there it could be eventually possible, but then Doom Clip came out of nowhere and we got sub 30 just like that. So
Yeah. That distant future became today. At
yeah,
some point. Yeah.
yeah.
It comes up etch fast, man, I tell you.
Like imagine like Wind Waker and Gate Skip, for example.
Mm-hmm. What's funny is that I was just talking to Brandorn about it, and I said it's really funny that there's such strong parallels between the two, because
Yeah.
he was telling me that, like, I asked him if he had any like crazy ideas, or if he had thought about looking at Gate Skip on old console, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, actually, I watched that Wind Waker videos you guys made, and I thought about unloading, like using memory manipulation to unload the gate. And I was like, bro, and it's like it's crazy to think that might be possible. Who knows? I don't know. Memory manipulation is always crazy, but I do find it very funny that this game has really strong parallels to that game.
Yeah, like Wind Waker HD has item sliding. This game has ground swimming. Wind Waker has barrier skip with item sliding. This has gate skip with ground swimming and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see. Like, this was our barrier skip that we've been waiting for like literally years. So it was
Absolutely.
definitely pretty good.
Absolutely.
I don't know how else to like say it.
No, that's perfect. This is our barrier skip. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So you've been a top level competitor for a while now, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say, have you ever had the world record at any point, or?
I had the world record in 80% with that first run I did with gate skip, but after that, I think not much has happened. I think once or twice I like beat a run, like literally the day that it happened. So like after my 41 something, I had like done another run to try and beat Kythal or something, and I think I might have beaten him, but none of it like was recorded or uploaded. So I mean, at the time, speedrun.com wasn't like updated yet, so we couldn't even submit the runs. So my only official 90% world record was like that 41:31.
I get you. Okay.
But other than that, I've held the world record in like 51 to E and 100% off and on.
Okay.
Mostly just tossing them back and forth between Kama and I. I currently have the world record in 51 Thunder Egg, so that's like, I guess would show how a top level I am.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just 90% is like just looking at the gap between third and second and 90%, you can see the like skill it takes to be top level in 80% specifically because of all the ground swims you need to do and exactly how Ty's moving and like what exact angle he's gonna take of the swim in midair and everything. So that's like definitely not my cup of tea at the moment.
I get you. Yeah, I was gonna say, the top level competition looks pretty tough.
Yeah.
What is talk to me about Kama and Lon and anybody else as competitors? Like, what's it like competing at the top level?
Kama is very I'd say difficult to compete against because he like wants the full game sweep on like all tie games at some point. I think he wanted tie 2 and tie 3 world record as well. So basically whenever I get a world record, he like snaps it back within like a couple days. Except with my 51 Thunder Egg where I got this one over a month ago, but he's been focused on 90%. So I feel like the day that he decides to not run 90%, he's gonna take that back instantly, and my days in the top are over. But like with 100% specifically, he would take it and go like even further with it. So like I got world record at like 153.19, and then he eventually grinded his time down to 149.10. So
wow,
that's like first and second being 4 minutes in a 2-hour category is pretty like, I mean, it's not big, but definitely I could spend a few days grinding 100% and try and get that down. Actually, no, I have a 151.54. I just haven't uploaded it. What?
There you go. You should get on that.
That's a new like discovery, I suppose. Did I even upload it to YouTube, or did I just, I don't know. I'll check that out later, but
there you go. Yeah, I was gonna say that 4 minutes doesn't seem like it should be a lot, but
okay, I did upload it. I did upload it. Wait, or was this the like frozen one? I remember at one point I had a world record run that was invalid because for like my stream dropped in the middle of it, and so like it ended up as 2 separate VODs with like a minute of missing gameplay in between them, so I couldn't submit it. But other than that, like I have everything good.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's Kama. Any notes on Lon?
Lon is like pretty fun to run against. Him and I will do races every now and then, and like he, like a lot of the time back when he was first running the game and got up to top level, he would like just try and I guess inspire me to do more by like getting closer to my time. And so after a while he just got to like top level, and when I stopped like being interested in 90%, he decided to go all out, and like I have not had a single run like faster than Lon's in almost 6 months, I believe.
Man. one of the things that I've sort of noticed, and I want to get your perspective on it, is a lot of times it feels like the game or the community is very collaborative and very cooperative as opposed to competitive.
Yeah.
But I am curious, as like a top runner, how does that feel? How does like that perspective feel versus your own perspective? Like, is that in line or is that different, or what do you think?
It is very cooperative. But I mean, that's all I really have to say. It's just pretty cooperative. Like if we're all in a VC or something and one of us gets world record during a race or something, then we'll all like congratulate the person. Most of the time it's Kama, because he actually has very good luck at getting world records in races. I think he has like 3 at this point.
Oh gosh.
We used to do things called Tie Tuesdays where we'd all like do races on Tuesday nights, and like it's fallen off at this point. We've had a few Tie Tuesdays, but like they're very few and far in between.
Mhm.
But like a lot of those times, Kama would actually PB your world record. So we'd all be congratulating him and everything. Like I think like Kama and I were doing a 100% race at one point, or 51 TE, and I actually like got a world record during it. So that was like he was very supportive of that. But like if like still Kama stays at the top all the time, no matter what, just because a lot of us just aren't good enough to get to him yet.
I get you. What do you think he does differently?
He just has like so much passion to run this game. While there'll like you'll see Lon and I barely do runs. Like if you're in the Thai speedrunning server, you'll see in the streams tab literally almost every day you'll see Kama doing runs.
Mhm.
And then only like every couple of like only like once or twice a week, Lon will come in, and it may not even be speedrunning, it'd be like working on the practice mod we're making. But like Kama practices a lot. He's told me that his ratio of practicing to runs is like he'll for every like 2 hours he'll do runs, he'll practice for like 3 hours or something. Like that might have changed now, it's been a while, and that might be misinformation that it's like been jambled, but like I think all I know is that he practices a shit ton.
But I'm curious, is there anything that I haven't asked you about that you want to talk about? Like, is there anything that you want to bring up?
Like you said earlier, you talk about like how sub 30 happened after gate skip and everything, so you want me to like start talking about that sort of?
We can talk about that. I thought we already did.
No, like we just talked about like we didn't really mention like the skips in particular that went.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about some of the things that helped us get to that point.
The biggest one by far was Doomclip. So like at the end of the run, or at the end of the game, you're supposed to like throw the Doomerang into like into the giant robot you're fighting, and you're supposed to go through like a little maze of pipes. But those pipes are actually like far above the map. And what you can do is you can clip out of bounds with the Doomerang and just fly up there, and from that ends the game. And people have been trying that for a while, but just we haven't found a consistent way of getting in, or like any way of getting in rather, until like December. And that alone saved a minute, like I was saying. Other than that,
that's a huge.
Yeah. What else is there? There's one thing that we do in a certain level where we move 40% faster, but that's been known for a while. I honestly I honestly can't think of that much.
What is the thing you move 40% faster?
Basically, if you have 2 separate. All right, there. Okay. If you move, or if you have 2 separate input devices, being like most of the time a keyboard and a controller. On Switch, you can do this with like 2 different controllers. If you have one point in a certain direction and another one point in a perpendicular direction, then Ty will move diagonally because he's riding like this bull thing, and he'll move diagonally, and because it's 2 inputs, it counts as like 2 times 100 speed. But I don't know what makes it not go twice as fast. I'm guessing the angle that he's going at. So we basically move like 40 to 50% faster in that one level. That alone, like that was discovered back in 2017, and so we used to be able to just do it on our keyboards by holding W and A or W and D. But in the newer patch, we had to figure out how to do that with a controller and a keyboard. Which I actually initially figured out that you could do that on Switch with Joy-Con or Pro Controller back when the first new console versions came out. And since we knew the new console versions would be the same as the current PC version, then we were able to just have that immediately be a time saver. What else is there? There's just been multiple 3 to 4 second time savers here and there that got us to sub 30, and also just much more consistent and faster strategies for doing certain things. I know Kama, he does this thing where you could save 4 seconds in the beginning of the level, or in the beginning of the run, just by making sure a water tide is fine. Recently, we also implemented a one rain route where we go through an entire level with only one boomerang, and that saves, I think that saved 15 seconds by going to that level first. And since in that level we learn how to ground swim, we can use ground swim in 2-up, which would normally be the first level. But since we go to shipwrecks first, then we know how to swim. Thus, we can do ground swimming and save a bunch of time in 2-up. Yeah, not even 10 seconds a lot of time. Like I said earlier, it could just be let's jump over this thing and go up this way instead of going around this, Nothing that I can think of. All right. Yeah. Yeah.